Brother, picture this exact moment. Your phone lights up after weeks, maybe months of nothing. Her name appears, and for one stupid second your chest tightens the same way it used to. Hey, I've been thinking about you. Or the softer version, I miss talking to you. No apology, no explanation for the silence. Just enough warmth to crack the door open again. And there you are, staring at the screen, feeling that old pull. Part of you wants to reply instantly, see where it goes, convince yourself things could be different this time. Another part remembers every night you spent replaying her last disappearance. Every time you told yourself never again, every promise you made to protect your own peace. Yet here comes a quiet betrayal inside, the hope that maybe she's finally ready. Maybe the distance changed her. Maybe you were too hard on her before. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most guys swallow instead of saying out loud. When an avoidant returns, it's rarely because they've done the work or suddenly want the same depth you do. More often, it's because the loneliness hit, the new shiny thing fizzled, or they realize the safety net they left behind still catches them when they fall. They're not coming back for you. They're coming back for the comfort you provided without requiring them to change. And if you open that door the same way you did before, warm, understanding, ready to pick up where you left off, you quietly confirm that disappearing and reappearing on their timeline is acceptable. You teach them there's no real cost to treating your heart like a revolving door. But there's a way to respond that flips the entire dynamic. Not with anger, not with games, not with bitterness. Just calm, unshakable self-respect. A response that makes her feel the weight of what she walked away from and forces her to either step up for real or face the permanent reality that the option is gone. That's what this video is about. The exact moment she returns is the most powerful leverage you'll ever have, because it's the one time her avoidance collides head-on with the consequence of losing access to you forever. We're going to walk through 5 precise moves, each one building on the last. So when that text comes through, you don't react out of old pain or fresh hope. You respond from a place of quiet power. You reject her the right way and leave her with kind of regret that either wakes her up or sets you free for good. Stay with me. This isn't about revenge. It's about finally valuing your own peace more than her comfort. Brother, feel that split-second rush when her name pops up after all this time. Your thumb hovers. Heart rate ticks up. For one breath, you're back in the old loop. Hope, caution. The quiet voice asking if maybe this time she means it. Then the memory hits. The weeks of silence. The way she left without a real goodbye. The nights you spent convincing yourself you were fine. And suddenly replying feels like stepping back into quicksand you barely escaped. That's exactly why your first message has to be different this time. Not cold, not mean, just clear enough that she can't pretend this is a casual, "Hey, how have you been?" reunion. The goal of your opening reply isn't to punish her. It's to remove the illusion that she can slide back in without addressing what she broke. Most men make one of 2 mistakes here. They ignore her completely, which she expects and can rationalize as he's just mad. They welcome her warmly, "I've missed you too," which instantly resets the dynamic to exactly where it was. Her in control, you waiting. Instead, do this. Acknowledge she reached out, show you're calm and grounded, but politely close the door on easy re-entry. You're not rejecting her as a person. You're rejecting the pattern. Here's the exact structure that works best: calm, brief, no drama. "Hey," her name. "Good to hear from you. I've been doing well. Hope you have too. I'm not in the same headspace I was before, though if there's something specific you wanted to say, I'm open to hearing it. Otherwise, I think it's best we leave things as they are." Why this works so powerfully. "Good to hear from you" is polite, not hostile. It doesn't give her ammunition to paint you as bitter. "I've been doing well" signals you didn't fall apart without her. Your life moved forward. "I'm not in the same headspace" is the quiet kill shot. It tells her the old version of you, the one who accepted inconsistency, is gone. No explanation needed. If there's something specific, puts the burden back on her. She has to own why she's returning instead of coasting on vague nostalgia. Otherwise, I think it's best we leave things as they are is the boundary. It's not never talk again. It's this isn't restarting unless you bring substance. Send that, and then, crucially, do not double text. Do not explain further if she replies with fluff. Do not soften it when she pushes back with guilt. I didn't mean to hurt you. Hold the line. What usually happens next tells you everything. If she was testing the waters, most common, she'll either ghost again or send something surface level. You've already protected your peace. If she actually regrets losing you and has reflected, she'll feel the shift. The casual miss you won't work anymore. She'll have to decide whether to step up with real accountability or accept that the easy access is gone. Either way, you just made her feel the absence she created, not through cruelty, but through calm self-respect. Most avoidants return expecting the same welcome mat. When they find the door politely but firmly closed, it creates cognitive dissonance they can't ignore. They either rationalize you away and you're free, or the regret starts gnawing because they realize the safety net vanished. You're not playing games here. You're simply no longer available for half-hearted returns. That one reply can shift the entire power balance without raising your voice. And the next mistake most guys make? They stop here and get pulled back in when she sends a follow-up, "I'm sorry" text. We'll cover exactly why that apology usually is enough and what to do when it lands in the next part. Man, remember that rush of relief when she texts back something sweet after your careful first reply? Maybe she says, "I'm really sorry I disappeared," or "I've missed you more than you know." Your guard drops just a little. You feel the old warmth creep back in, and suddenly you're tempted to match her energy. Tell you've missed her too. Ask how she's been. Ease into familiar rhythm. It feels good in the moment. It feels like healing. But here's the quiet truth that stings. That warm welcome you're about to give her is exactly the green light. She needs to do it all over again. When an avoidant returns and you greet her with open arms, no questions, no accountability, just relief, she learns a very specific lesson. Disappearing has no lasting consequences. She can pull away when closeness feels scary, vanish for as long as she needs, come back when a loneliness or boredom hits, and you'll still be there, ready to restart like nothing happened. You're not punishing her by staying warm. You're rewarding the pattern. The moment you soften and say things like, "I'm glad you reached out. I've missed talking to you too. Let's just take it slow and see where it goes." You're quietly communicating that her absence was acceptable, that the emotional toll it took on you doesn't matter enough to require change, that she can keep using the same cycle, pull close, panic, retreat, return, because the door always reopens without her having to earn it. Avoidants don't change from kindness alone. They change when the cost of repeating old behaviors becomes higher than the discomfort of facing their fears. A warm, forgiving welcome lowers at cost zero. She gets the comfort of reconnection without the vulnerability of real repair. And the next time the intimacy starts feeling too real, she knows she can disappear again and you'll still be waiting. Instead, after your first measure reply, the one from section 1, hold the boundary even when she tries to pull you back in with sweetness or apologies. Respond with calm neutrality. I appreciate you saying that. I'm not upset, but I'm also not in a place to just pick things up like before. Or, thanks for reaching out. I've done a lot of reflecting, and I need more consistency than we had last time if anything's going to move forward. Keep it short, keep it kind, but keep it firm. Don't explain why. Don't justify your stance. Don't offer reassurance that it's okay or we can work through it. Let her sit with the fact that the old welcome mat is gone. If she pushes for more warmth, "Why are you being so distant?" or "I thought we could just talk," that's actually a good sign. It means your boundary is registering. She's feeling the shift. She's not used to having to earn her way back in. And that discomfort is exactly what can spark real reflection or reveal that she was never planning to change. But if you fold here, if you match your softness, start texting daily again, start planning dates, you'll reset the entire dynamic. She'll feel safe to leave again because she knows you'll always let her back in. Protect yourself by protecting the boundary, not out of anger, out of self-respect. The next layer is even more powerful because it's what you do or don't do after she replies. That silence you choose next, it hits harder than any words ever could. Feel that pull right now, brother. She's replied, maybe with an apology, maybe with a question, maybe just, "Okay, I get it." Your fingers itch to type back, to explain, to soften the edge, to make sure she doesn't think you hate her. The quiet inside you is screaming, say something. Don't let her walk away thinking you're cold. But underneath that urge is a deeper truth you already know. Every time you filled her silence before, you've kept her comfortable in the pattern of leaving. That's why the next move isn't words. It's deliberate, chosen silence. Not ghosting out of anger, not punishing her, just refusing to chase the conversation when she's the one who created the distance in the first place. You've already said what needed to be said in your calm, clear reply. You've left the door cracked only if she wants to bring real substance. Now let her feel what it's like when the person she's used to having on standby stops showing up. Inside, it's uncomfortable as hell. You'll second guess yourself. What if she never reaches out again? What if she thinks I don't care? What if this is the final end? And I could have fixed it with one more message. That anxiety is real. It's the same anxiety she's made you carry for months when she vanished. Now you're letting her taste it, not to hurt her, but because she needs to experience the weight of her own choices. Avoidants are experts at rationalizing their exits. He'll be fine. He's too needy anyway. I'm better off alone. When you stay responsive, you confirm those stories. When you go quiet after setting the boundary, those stories start to crack. She can't tell herself you're desperate. She can't pretend the connection was one-sided. She has to sit with the fact that you're actually willing to let her go. The internal shift happens slowly but powerfully. You'll feel the urge to check your phone more at first. Then the restlessness settles into something calmer. Almost like grief, but cleaner. You start noticing your own days again. The gym feels better. Conversations with friends land deeper. Sleep comes easier without the background hum awaiting. That's when you realize the silence isn't empty. It's space you're reclaiming for yourself. And she feels it too. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because the absence is finally mutual. The person who used to fill every gap she left isn't filling this one. That void registers. It creates the exact emotional friction an avoidant usually runs from, but can't run from when it's coming from someone they actually valued. Hold that silence until she either steps up with real accountability, owns a hurt she caused, explains what changed, shows consistency, or fades out completely, which is clarity in itself. Don't break it with just checking in texts. Don't soften it with memes or casual check-ins. Let the quiet do the work. It speaks louder than any lecture ever could. Most men crack here because the waiting feels worse than the uncertainty. But the ones who hold it, they're the ones who finally shift the dynamic for good. And when or if she comes back stronger after feeling that absence, that's when the real conversation can begin. We'll cover exactly what that conversation needs to sound like in the next section, so you don't get pulled back into the old cycle of moments she shows up with better words. Listen closely, brother. You've held the silence. She's reached out again, maybe with more emotion this time, maybe with frustration, maybe even tears in her voice note. The old you would have rushed in to soothe, explain, fix. But now there's a steady voice inside saying, don't soften, don't rescue. Speak the truth she needs to hear, even if it ends things forever. Most men never get to this point because they fear the finality. They keep circling, keep negotiating, keep hoping she'll magically understand without them having to say the hard thing out loud. Here's the calm but unflinching criticism. If you've made it this far, set the boundary, replied with dignity. Let silence do its work. And you still won't deliver one clear, kind, devastatingly honest truth when she pushes for more. You're not protecting your peace. You're protecting the fantasy that she might change without ever having to face what she did to you. You're still putting her comfort above your clarity. And that's the last place a man who values himself stays stuck. The wake-up advice is simple and non-negotiable. When she comes back stronger, when she asks why you're so distant, why you won't just talk like before, or when she tries to pull you into guilt, I'm trying here, why isn't it enough? Drop the calm truth bomb. One time. No follow-up debate. No softening afterward. Here's how it sounds. Quiet, grounded, no raised voice. I appreciate you reaching out and showing more effort this time. But the truth is, the way things ended last time left real damage. You disappeared without explanation, came back when it suited you, and expected things to reset like nothing happened. I can't keep investing in someone who treats consistency as optional and my feelings as something that can wait until you're ready. I've moved forward. If you've genuinely reflected and want something different, something built on mutual respect and reliability, I'm open to hearing what that would actually look like from you. But I'm not going back to the old dynamic. That version of us doesn't exist anymore. Then stop. No, but I still care. No, let me know what you think. No offer to talk more unless she brings substance. Send it or say it, and let it land. Why does it so hard? It's not an attack. It's an accurate mirror. You're naming the pattern without name-calling. You're showing you've healed enough to state facts, not chase feelings. You're giving her the dignity of the truth instead of letting her hide behind vagueness. And most importantly, you're making her confront the cost, not in drama, but in quiet finality. Avoidance can rationalize almost anything, except when the person they value looks them in the eye, metaphorically, and says, "This is what you broke, and I won't pretend it didn't happen." That moment forces real questions inside her. Did I actually lose someone who mattered? Am I willing to face my own avoidance to keep him? Or was this always going to end the same way? You're not trying to make her regret it for your ego. You're giving her the information she's never had to face before. If she steps up after this, owns it fully, shows change behavior over time, that's rare and worth exploring carefully. If she deflects, gets defensive, or fades again, you've just received the cleanest closure possible. This is the point where many men falter. They deliver 90% of the truth and then water it down with reassurance. Don't. Say it once, mean it fully, and let the weight sit on her side of the table. The final move, when or if she can't meet you there, is what seals it forever. We'll cover how to close that door, so cleanly she can never rewrite the story in the last section. Sit with this feeling for a moment, brother. She's either deflected your truth bomb, gone quiet again, sent one last guilt-laced message, or rarely, tried to meet you halfway but still fell short of real consistency. The conversation has run its course. There's no more to say, no more waiting to do, and in that stillness, you feel the weight of what's coming next. The clean, final goodbye. Not dramatic, not vengeful, just complete. The kind of exit that leaves no room for her to later tell herself or anyone else, "He was too harsh. He didn't give me a chance." Or, "We could have worked if he'd waited longer." This is where most men lose the power they built. They soften at the end. They leave a crack. If you ever really change, or maybe in the future, or even just silence without closure, which you can fill with whatever story comforts her most. But when you close the door cleanly, you protect the integrity of everything you've done so far. You make the regret hers to carry, not as punishment, but as a natural consequence of choices she made. Here's how to do it right. Calm, brief, final. Send one last message, or say it if it's in person/voice. Hey, her name. I've said what I needed to say. I wish you well, truly, but I'm choosing to move forward without this door staying open. Take care. Then block, mute, delete the thread, whatever removes the temptation and the access. No explanation after that. No checking her socials, just once. No keeping one line of communication alive in case she comes back stronger. Clean means clean. Why this version hits so deep? I've said what I needed to say reminds her the ball was in her court and she didn't play it. I wish you well truly strips away any claim to bitterness. She can't rewrite you as angry or hurt. You're leaving from strength. I'm choosing to move forward without this door staying open centers your agency. It's not her rejecting you. It's you rejecting the cycle. Take care is kind but final. No invitation to reply. She'll feel it, not in a loud, explosive way, but in the slow, quiet realization that the safety net is gone for good. No more orbiting. No more testing the waters. No more returning when it's convenient. You removed yourself as an option entirely. And because you did it without cruelty, without name-calling, without begging her to stay, the story she tells herself later can't easily villainize you. The regret, if it comes, will be clean. She lost someone who valued himself enough to walk away when it mattered. You'll feel the pull too at first, the what-ifs, the temptation to peek. But every day you don't reopen that door, the space inside you gets lighter. You start showing up fully for yourself, for people who match your effort, for a life that doesn't revolve around someone else's readiness. That's the real win. Not making her regret it forever. Making sure you never have to question your own worth again. You walk through every layer now. The measured first reply, refusing to reward the return with warmth, letting silence speak, dropping the honest truth, and finally closing the chapter so decisively she can't reopen it on her terms. You didn't do any of this to hurt her. You did it to honor yourself. If she ever does the deep work and comes back years from now, change, consistent, accountable, you'll know. But until then, your peace isn't negotiable. You got this, man. The door is closed. Now, go build what comes next. Here's the calm, controversial truth most guys never hear said out loud. When an avoidant returns after disappearing, the kindest thing you can do, for both of you, is reject her the right way. Not out of spite, not to win, but because letting her slide back and without real change is the cruelest thing you can do to yourself and, honestly, to her. It keeps her stuck in avoidance, keeps you stuck in limbo, and quietly teaches both of you that half-hearted effort is enough. Real love doesn't survive on maybes and do-overs without accountability. By closing the door cleanly, you're not punishing her. You're finally demanding the respect you've always deserved. And if she ever does the deep work to become someone who can show up consistently, she'll know exactly what she lost, and she'll either grow from it or she won't. Either way, you're no longer the safety net. If this video hit you in the chest, if you've lived through that exact text lighting up your phone after weeks of silence, felt that rush of hope mixed with dread, drop it in the comments below. Tell me what she said when she came back. Tell me how it felt when you held the boundary or wish you had. No judgment here, brother. Just real talk from one man to another. I read every single comment, and sometimes seeing you're not alone in the ache is the first step toward healing. You didn't come this far to keep accepting crumbs. You're worth a woman who chooses you every day, not just when it's convenient. Close that door with your head high. Your peace is non-negotiable now. Until next time, stay grounded. You've got this.